friends. Uh, Today I'm going to be talking about another important thing that we should take note as we make progress in our personal life and personal development and pursuit of our dreams. And it's what I call that most problems, most issues of life are not as difficult as they look or as they seem or as they appear from a distance. I remember back in high school when we were given mathematical problem to solve. On the face, before you start solving the problem, it will look like, oh, I don't think I can solve this problem. I don't think I have solution to this problem. Sometimes you even be scared or you even think, oh, maybe I should not even attempt. But over time, I learned that when I take my pen and I start solving the problem, the mathematical problem, it becomes easier and you find out that you actually know the solution to many of them that actually appear as if you don't know you don't have the solution to them before you start. So the lesson here is this: most problems, most life issue, most challenging situation, most adventures, most things that we want to embark on, they will look more difficult than they are on the surface before we start. From a distance, some of them may even look impossible. It may even look like you cannot do it. You don't have the experience, you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the skill, you don't have the exposure, you don't know the right people, you don't have the resources. But the truth is that in many cases, they are not as difficult as they appear on the face. They are not as problematic as they seem to be. So the first thing is to start working on them. And you found out that it is easier than you actually expected. It is easier than you actually thought. But you will not know this unless you make the first move, you take the first step, you make the first preparation, and you start working on it. So the lesson is this: don't let the seemingly difficulty of a situation or a project you want to embark on or something you want to do, a career you want to pursue, stop you from doing it. Most life issues will appear like that. They will look difficult or sometimes impossible from a distance. But you and I need to start out on them and we'll find out that they are not as difficult as we think. They there are some of them that will be even a lot easier than we ever imagined. So the first thing here is don't let the seemingly difficulty appearance of a situation stop you from pursuing your dream. Don't stop yourself from achieving your goal because something looks difficult or it looks impossible. Many times they will look like that. If you also recall some of the things you have done in the past, if you look back, maybe you have not achieved success in them. You may remember that at the beginning it looks like, oh, can I really do this thing? Can I be successful on this thing? Do I really have what it takes to do this thing? But as you start, you find out that it is easier than you actually thought. And that is how most cases in life are. They are easier than they appear. This is not to say that there are no difficult situations in life. No, we know there are difficult situations, there are challenging situations. However, there are many more of these situations that are not as difficult as they appear. But we need to start out. We need to start working on them. If you want to go into a business venture, the business may look difficult from a distance. But start. You may find out that it is easier than you originally thought, but you will never find out that until you start. So the key takeaway today is that most things are not as difficult as they appear. Even most people are not as difficult as they appear. If you also recall, maybe there are people that you think, oh, you can never have a relationship with them because they look difficult. People say they are difficult, they appear difficult, unapproachable to you. But something led to the other. Somehow you got in contact with them, you had some interaction with them, and along the line, you found out that what you thought along the line is not accurate. They are not as difficult as you thought. It happens both in relationship with people and in our endeavors in life. So many things, most things are easier than they look. Even many times, the people that we think are difficult, they are easier than they look on the survey. So the first thing is that we need to take the first step. We need to start working on it. We need to initiate the relationship. If it's a relationship that we think will be important to our future, don't let the seemingly appearance of the difficulty of the person stop you. Start in a small way. Find a way to connect with them. And you may find out that they may be the most friendly person you have come across. Just start. Don't let anything stop you. Thank you for listening.